So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Aldon Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Andy Lee now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. To return is Roberts. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. First down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A pass complete here to Conley, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. At the 37-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick. First down, keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Lindsey. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Watson. He gets it to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Quick hitch, complete. It's Miller. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Watson a give. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Mark Ingram. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe the sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Murray off play action. Rolling to his left. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray going to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Murray. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Aldon Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Prater's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got the hook up with Conley. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. A give, running right, Lindsey. And the all-pro safety Budda Baker in on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. It looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Murray now to throw.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always
looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is now 10-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
On 1st down, Watson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Faking the give. Now Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. From the 24, Watson. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Watson now to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. And Isabella in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Roberts on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Quick pass to the outside, caught by Conley. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Miller. Now the ball comes loose, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. It's Williams on the catch. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Gurley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Another try on 2nd down with Gurley. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Roberts now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 31, Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. Touchdown! Brevin Jordan with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. Sly on for the extra point.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They fake the handoff, now Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They go with Gurley on first down, but he goes nowhere. They bottled him up for a loss of a couple.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play fake. Murray. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Watch twins. Watch twins. Hey. Be ready.
On second down, it's Gurley again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Out.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Cardinals 24, Texans 14.
Connor. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the
touchdown, Cardinals. Demetrius Harris. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Watson. Caught here by Conley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Watson on first down. The Conley's got it over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Again, it's Watson. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd down. Here's an option right. Murray has the first down and more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards. First down. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Play action. Now it's Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kevin Pierre-Louis able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. On the counter, Gurley. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson.
Complete to Akins.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And they take a knee. So it's a win here for the